Welcome back to another video, and today we are back on with Kev's i240. Now this is going to be the last episode on this car, because as you can see it is now sort of 99% done. So we've now put some more bits and bobs on this that we've not had a chance to film again. We are now in a massive rush to get this ready for the VB08 National Rally, which is only 7 days away, but obviously we do work, so we are only having a couple of hours in the evening on this car and the odd Saturday in between. So this is now Saturday, and this will be the last Saturday we get on this car, and we're only going to get a few hours through the week to get this finished. So it's been a big mad rush, so we've just been slamming stuff on, trying to get it ready, trying to get it done. So I'll walk around, show you a few bits that we've done that we haven't filmed. So to start with, we've just made this nice shiny exhaust heat shield. It covers the whole exhaust manifold. Now the original ones only come out to about here, only a very small thing, so we've made a bigger one to go in there. We've got the spark plug cover painted and now fitted as well. Kev is just finalising some bits of wiring to the fan. We've got the ID tag on that we was missing last time on the previous episode. That is now painted and fitted. We've got all the bonnet mesh done in there and all the way across there as well. Screen wash bottle is in, all the screen wash piping's in. We've got the bonnet light connected up, that now works. We've done the wiring to all the amplifiers and everything. You can see there, put a nice big fuse fastened to the bulkhead, which is the power cable for the amps. It's fused at the front and the back just to be double safe. We've given it a right good cleaning up. We've given it a bit of a polish. We've still got some flatting to do yet, but Kev's just starting to give this a bit of a shakedown. So while it's out on the road, we want it to look as nice as it can be, but the paint isn't actually finished yet. We do have some paint correction to do. There's a few little dry patches on the bonnet and a few bits of crap that I've got in the paint, so we're going to be flattening and polishing the whole car again. That is probably going to be done through the week now. We'll just have a couple of hours doing that. I'm not going mad with it, just a quick knock back with some 3000s, give it a polish up. Bit of a mess in here at the moment. It does need cleaning out because we have been rushing around. Now we've just made this little panel here as well to mount the Garmin sat-nav in. That is all in. We've put an additional cigarette lighter in there for additional USB power. We've got the head unit in. This isn't the head unit we wanted to use, but we have had to use it. We've bought a Pioneer one online, but it's absolutely garbage. There's something wrong with it. It's just not working right. It doesn't sound right, so we have gone back to this. We can put an auxiliary port in there, and we can fit an external Bluetooth device, so we can still get Bluetooth through it, but it's not ideal, but it will do for now. Once pushing back, we've just not locked it in yet because we want to make sure that everything is perfect and finalised before we lock that in permanently. We've got a nice little mat in there that we've made in the centre console. Kick panels are now in both sides. Interior light is in and working. We've bonded all the side skirts in, as we mentioned again on the previous episode. That's all now been bonded and touched in, so that is done. And then as we go into the boot, there is the board we made to mount the amplifiers. We've now got this big infinity bass tube that we need to somehow fasten to the floor, so we're thinking we're going to get some straps over this and bolt straps to the floor to pin this down. Making a boot carpet at the moment, and we've got some lining that we're going to be fitting down here, which just there's like a glue on stuff basically just to tidy it up, and we've got this panel in there as well, so that is done. So by the time this boot is finished, it should look pretty good. We are putting some lighting, extra lighting in here as well. We've got an LED strip to go under there, and we've got some additional lights to go under here as well, so we're going to be fitting them pretty soon as well. The car has just been MOT'd yesterday, so it now has a 12 months MOT on it, which is absolutely brilliant. Kevin actually drove this car home last night, so it has had its little shakedown run. What did you put on it, about 35 miles, 38 miles or something?
30-ish miles.
About 30 odd miles it's had on it yesterday, and it performed absolutely brilliantly all the way back to Kev's house and back. He got lots and lots of attention on the way home. Everybody was stopping him, beeping at him, trying to race him. So people seem to like it out there on the road. So, right, let's crack on, guys. Let's get some work done. Let's get this boot liner in. We've also got a bit of exhaust wrap that we want to put underneath. We bought some additional exhaust wrapping. We've wrapped this bit, but we did notice underneath the car, just as it comes to sort of a level point where the O2 sensor is, the wiring for the O2 sensor is getting quite hot, so we're going to wrap the exhaust in that position just to stop that O2 sensor wiring getting melted. So let's crack on, let's get that done, and let's get this car finished off. We've got all the screen trim now fitted as well, and all the corners are installed, so this basically just spreads the seal and just makes it seal a little bit better against the glass and around the aperture of the window as well. So as you squeeze that in, it just ever so slightly presses the seal out, just helps it all seal. So that is all in the front, and it's also in the back as well. So that's another job off the list. That is the boot all trimmed up. We've carpeted all up sides. We made a boot carpet there, which is removable, and then we've made this panel in the side as well, and we've also carpeted over the spare wheel well, and I think that looks pretty good, to be fair. Now these Mantas didn't really come with much of a boot lining. You basically got a bit of a cardboard cover that went over the tank and a bit of a carpet that went in there. The sides was pretty much open to the elements, so that probably looks better than it ever did when it came out the factory. So all we're going to do now is mount that. As I said, we're going to put some straps in there, so we're going to mount a strap to the floor which will go over the base tube, fasten it to the floor that side, and then we can literally ratchet it to keep this pin down, because obviously we don't want that rolling around the boot and beating the living hell out of the amps. With this car now for quite some time. Some of the regular viewers will know this car, they've been watching it and following the build. Thank you very much for all the views, all the comments you've dropped on this car, and I am now pleased to announce that this car is actually 100% finished. If you remember, we was trying to get this ready for the VBOA National Rally, and we actually managed to do that. The car travelled there all the way, drove perfectly. We did get to Knutsford services and it did blow out a top hose. Fortunately though, we did have a spare with us, so we managed to put that on the car to get us the rest of the way down to Northampton. Travelled the rest of the way, no issues whatsoever. We put it down to an old hose basically. The hose was date stamped with 1984, so it was really, really brittle, that hose. But it was the only one we had at the time. When we got down to the VBOA National Rally, they had an auto jumble on, and we actually managed to find a brand new old stock top radiator hose, so that is now fitted to the car. So just again, I thought I'd jump on and give you a quick video just to show you this car now 100% complete and how good is that looking. So pleased with this car. It's come out really, really well. The bonnet is popped there at the moment, so that's why it's not shut very well, because I'm going to lift the bonnet in a minute and show you underneath the bonnet. Now we did actually win Best Modified Manta at the show, which was absolutely amazing. Thanks to everybody who did vote for this car down there. So we did come away with a trophy with this one, which was absolutely over the moon with. So we'll start with walking around the whole car. You can see the body kit fits really, really well. I think this is the first time I've actually done a video on this car outside, so you can actually see just how nice the paint and everything looks. We are quite tight with the wheel gap, but again, we are running 17-inch wheels and the Mantas really should only run on 15, so that's just something we're going to have to live with. It is quite tight on the kit. It doesn't rub. There is enough clearance there, just a little bit closer than we would have liked it to. Wheels look absolutely phenomenal. And put some nice Opel centre caps in there. We've got those big Brembos and those big M3 discs behind there as well. Looking really, really nice around the back. Put the Ermshire badge on. We was going to put some stickers on this car, but Kev's decided since then he wants to leave it plain. A bit of a stealth look kind of thing is what he's going for with this one. So I say stealth, it's orange, so it's not stealth, but you know what I mean. People look at it and think, what the hell is that? That kind of stealth. Back shelf, all the audio in there. Stereo sounds really, really good, even though we are running currently quite a cheap, nasty head unit. It has got a replacement head unit to put on this, which we will be putting in the near future. But again, how nice is that looking, guys? So this bonnet was one of the last things we fitted, and it's come out absolutely brilliant. This is a fiberglass bonnet, and these are normally really, really difficult to get a good finish on, quite hard to fit, and this one actually fits really, really well. In fact, it probably fits as well, if not better, than a standard bonnet, and the paint on it come out really well as well. Those headlights, which we painted black inside, I think they set the front end off absolutely brilliantly. Those indicators are from a Ford Sierra, believe it or not. We made them fit and they fit absolutely brilliant. I'll take you for a quick look inside. It is a little bit of a mess in here because we have used it. I've been to the show on a grass field, so there is bits of grass and stuff inside here. But how amazing do those Monza seats look inside this car? Absolutely mint. All finished off inside here. Again, it does want cleaning out, guys, because we have used it. It's done, since we've put it on the road, it's done 451 miles, this car. We've done in it since we finished the build last week. We made that little holder there for the Garmin sat-nav. All blacked out in the back. I'll take it for a little look under the bonnet. And there we have the C20XE. How nice does that look in there? It's turned out so well, this car, so happy with it. We made that nice shiny heat shield for it as well. Exhaust is fully heat wrapped. Runs absolutely mint. It's not really give it too much of the throttle just yet, because obviously it is a brand new engine build, so we're trying to get about 1,000 miles under its belt before we start to give it really any pain or any stick, and then we can start to open it up and wring its neck a little bit. But for the time being, we're taking it quite easy for now until it has bedded everything in and ran in properly. Well, I think we can all agree that is looking very, very nice indeed. And we actually ended up fitting an Audi 100 master cylinder. Remember all the issues we was having with the brakes on this, trying to get them to bleed. Audi 100 master cylinder fits perfectly, so that solved the braking issue. I'll show you the boot we did, the bits we finished off in there. And there's the amps and everything that we ended up fitting on a nice piece of wood that we made across the back, all trimmed out. We carpeted everything, put this piece in this side as well, carpeted all that side. There is some junk in the boot again at the moment because it is only just come back from the show. And there is the top hose, and that blew out at Knutsford. Check this out. Boosh. That went quite catastrophically, I'd say. But yeah, where's that date code? There, sorry, 1985 that hose was made, so yeah, I'd say that's in its day. But yeah, once we fitted the brand new hose, we've done 450 odd mile in this car, and it's been absolutely perfect. So it's no running issues with it, it's not overheating, it's just a weak hose. We've put some LED lights all the way around the inside as well, so it all lights up inside the boot. And we've actually got some downlighters up in there as well. And that base tube does kick out quite a punch. It does sound really well. So there we have it, guys, the i240 done, finished, on the road, made up with it. Kevin is absolutely over the moon with this build. I am as well. Drop us some comments, guys, let us know what you think of this build. Thanks again for everybody who's watched this build from start to finish. Do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so, and we'll see you all on the next video.